What is up? It is Paris Temped. Paris TTMPPED. TTMPPED. Yo, I ironically got an email. I'm gonna do a video of just replying to all of your emails that y'all send me through my website. So if y'all want me to do a Q&A, go right now and send me a message on my website at Paris Temped, and I'll read it. But right now, I got an email that says, "Hey Paris, love watching your videos and I'm grateful for the resources you put into the documents linked into the videos on your YouTube. I was wondering if you have any tips for POC trans people trying to leave the country currently. I'm very scared, and especially with the new laws coming out. Hope you're well and thank you for your time. Forrest." Listen, Forrest, you've asked the right person, because I've actually left the country more than once, and this is after I've transitioned. Even when I was looking a little today, 2 days ago, I didn't post it, but I recorded a video of how to get on an airplane, but I'll get more into depth in this video. And if you want to just hear how to get on a plane and getting on a flight and a little more pieces of advice, go check out that video. It's coming out soon. But so getting on a flight, I always say have your passport. If you don't have a passport, maybe wait, because you know how you going to leave the country. But I always say make sure your passport picture is the most updated picture of yourself. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. My passport picture is bald as fuck. I look a lot different because I took it, in 2020, 2019, I'm pretty sure it's 2020. And yes, I look different. I'm not going to lie to you. And it doesn't affect me, but, I do look kind of the same. But I would recommend, if you are getting your passport, if you haven't gotten it, get it now in your most current form, so that you don't have any questions or looks or comments, questions or concerns. My second piece of advice, I suggest going as bare as possible. I mean, of course, once you get off the flight and you're in the country you want to be in, beat up your face, whatever you got to do. But I do feel like the more you bring, if you bring in stuff, extra stuff, you will get stopped. And I don't want y'all to have to go through any kind of stress or be uncomfortable in any situation. So I suggest putting everything that you need that might be private in your luggage, and then technology shit in your carry-on or whatever, and keep it stepping. Now, that's going to be the other video I'm posting, more in depth about getting on a flight, but this one is specifically once you're in the country. So leaving the country, it's the same as being where you are, except you're just abiding by other people's rules, other people's standards. I'm a firm believer, if you keep your head down and you mind your business and you follow the rules and you have someone that then you're chilling. You're really chilling, because it really is just about minding your business, and people will mind theirs. Now, there are areas that are a little bit more transphobic than others. There's areas that are very racist than others, so you want to make sure you're with people. What country are you going to? If you're going to a black country, let me rephrase. If you're going to a country where there's a lot of black people, even though there are a lot of black people, if you're a person of color, and you're not abiding by the social standards, if you look a little bit more edgy than you should, you might get looks, you might get stares. So make sure you're going with family, make sure you're going with friends. I suggest not going alone. I hate to say it, if you're going out the country, and if you're passing well, you don't got to think about it, and the area, or you've done your research, you're chilling. But if you don't go alone, because you're basically setting yourself up, with no protection. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how tall you are. I don't give a fuck anything. You got to be safe, yo. I really do feel like not coming alone is the best thing, because at that point, you're protected. Me being black in a more lighter country, when I went to Jerusalem, when I went to Cyprus and stuff like that, I was passing, and me being black was my protection. People kind of because they, of course, me not speaking the language, you can get, scammed and shit. I didn't get scammed, but the key is going with somebody that knows that country. That will help you survive. I don't want to give you the wrong advice, because that's what I did. I went with people that knew Jerusalem, that knew Cyprus, even though I would get some looks, some questions, comments, and concerns. Even going into Cyprus, I got questioned 1,000 times. They put me in this small ass little room. It was like, "What are you doing here for?" Okay, I'm lying. It was in a small room. But when I was handing them my passport, they were asking me, "Why am I coming?" I was like, "Well, you got to realize, I was in an area where you don't just come to go on vacation. So you have to give them a reason." And I had to say, "I'm going here for a school trip," but be mindful of that. Where are you going? Because the where will dictate how smooth of a process it is. If you go into an area where they're modern, you're chilling. But location is everything. And I'm learning that as I get older. Once you go somewhere the first time and you see how it is with someone else, then you can go again by yourself because you'll feel more comfortable. You'll know where to go. You know the spots. You know where you're safe. You know where you're not. You know the local areas. Another piece of advice. Get a phone carrier that will switch over as soon as you come here. Don't be going on WhatsApp. I love WhatsApp to death. But, make sure that if you are using WhatsApp, that everybody that you know personally is also using WhatsApp so that you can be in contact with your fam out of the country. You want to make sure that you have someone on speed dial to call. My carrier, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I got Boost Mobile. But I used to have T-Mobile. That shit was not good. No offense. But, I had Boost Mobile. So when I come over here, I still get my calls. I'm safe. I have really good reception. Maybe if you're staying in an area, stay in an area where they got good-ass Wi-Fi. Trust me. You just want to know where you're at. You want to be safe. When you're like going on the streets and you're looking for shit, don't be on your phone like this, searching for what to do. You want to seem like you're confident. You know what you're doing. That's just key. Confidence, I'm learning that every day. Just making sure that I walk with my head held high. Like I know what I'm doing. Because if you seem in your head about a lot of shit and you acting like you're nervous, people might notice that. These are just like little nuggets I've learned over time off the top of the dome. Like, it really is just about how you carry yourself and who you're with. Anybody shouldn't be going alone. Definitely people of color, y'all. Even though, we're minorities, y'all. But that's some quick advice for y'all. Don't be afraid. A lot of the times, people are nicer outside of the country. Now, for trans women, if you feel like you're not passing well, you gotta go with people. I'm not even on queer, lesbians. Y'all gotta go with people. You gotta go with people. Because you gotta realize not everybody likes LGBT plus community. You know what I'm saying? Even me with this little piercing and this little dang-a-lang. I'm in a modern area, but, some places can be like, or, some people might think it's part of my culture, but you gotta realize, like, everyone has social standards, and, you might get questions, you might get even comments, you gotta be very safe and mindful for where you're going and how modern and how inclusive and open-minded the area you're going in. Do your research. Don't just be popping out of the country to say you did. Do your research, y'all. Don't just be leaving. Know what you're doing, know where you at, because you want to be safe. Please, I want y'all to be safe. Also, I forgot to mention this. Bring a small, bag that looks fire. I always wear a satchel because you can keep all your personal shit in there. It'll be up on you close. You don't got to think about being uncomfortable. And you don't got to be in your head. I was drunk as hell with that goddamn satchel. I don't got to worry because I know that my shit zips. And when I woke up the next day, all my shit was with me. So always bring a little small bag with you. Never, keep your passport in there, whatever you need. Transfer over your money. When you go to the country, go to the ATM, transfer over your money. And then when you're heading back, transfer that shit on back. But when you transfer it over, put it in that bag. Be very mindful that, everywhere you go, you want to just keep track of your shit. But my store is up, y'all. Go to ParisTemped.com. Paris, TTMPPED.com. My store has dropped. I put art up. I won't be shipping packages till I get back. I'm in Puerto Rico right now, but I'll be getting back on the 5th. So I'll be shipping out packages. Anything helps. Even just going and visiting the website is amazing to me. I don't even got to buy shit. I promise you. But it's greatly appreciated. I'm trying to take my art serious and trying to see what happens if I actually try and put myself out there a little bit. Oh my god, this is so good. They have breakfast. I'm fucking that shit up. If you have any more questions, put it in the Q&A. Good questions are going to be singular videos. This was a good question because it definitely coincides with what I'm going through right now. So good questions will maybe be its own video. But if you have quick questions about me, things you want to know, just about me or personal things or any kind of Q&A questions, I suggest putting it. Go on my website, click on the comment. You'll see it on my website if you go. There's this box. It looks like an email box. Send. It goes straight to my email. I'm gonna read it and then maybe 2 videos from now will be the Q&A because I have to post the airplane video after this. So if y'all want to know how to get on a flight safely without getting flagged as a trans person, yeah, I suggest y'all watch that next video.